He was saying, you're going to go through things that are not fair. People that do you wrong, setback in your health, a child that's off course. It's easy to live discouraged, think that it's never going to work out. But if you'll just stay in faith and keep moving forward, in time, God will make all things beautiful. May not be beautiful right now. Nothing beautiful about going through a loss or dealing with an illness, a family member that won't speak to you. Just give it some time. You don't have to live worried. You can't sleep at night. God is working behind the scenes. He's going to resolve things that look like they could never resolve. What you thought was going to limit you the rest of your life, the bad break, the disappointment, the mistake you made, that is not how your story ends. Beauty is coming. Restoration is coming. Healing is coming. It's going to turn out better than you've imagined. God will make all things beautiful, not just the good breaks, not just the promotions, the divine connections. That's obvious. But He'll make the disappointments, the loss, the mistakes. That's how awesome our God is. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't live sour because of what didn't work out. Bitter over the person that walked away or upset over the contract that should have been yours. Let it go. God saw what happened. He has beauty for the ashes. He has joy for the mourning. He said He would pay you back double for the wrongs. He just needs some time. Now, while you're waiting, stay in faith. That's when it's easy to get discouraged. Why is this happening? When is it ever going to turn around? This is not fair. Pass the test. Keep doing the right thing. Keep going to work with a good attitude. Keep praising when you could be complaining. Keep speaking victory in the face of defeat. God is still on the throne. He has you in the palm of His hand. At the right time, you're going to see Him show out in your life in such a way that you don't think about what you've lost. You're so blessed, you don't think about who did you wrong. You're so fulfilled, you don't dwell on the negative things in your past. Maybe you didn't have a good childhood. You grew up in dysfunction. You could accept that you're at a disadvantage. You can't do anything great. That didn't stop your destiny. You keep honoring God, and He's going to make up for what you didn't get. He's going to open doors that you couldn't open. He's going to have the right people come to you to push you into your purpose. It was unfair, but God saw it. He knows who left you out. He knows the times you didn't think you could go on. He's promised He's going to make it beautiful. He's going to do something awesome in your life. Perhaps you went through a breakup, a divorce, you're hurting, you're lonely. God is not finished. He's not going to leave you depressed, heartbroken. He has someone amazing coming where you're going to be happier and more fulfilled than you've ever been. Don't judge the rest of your life by one difficult season. You may be in a time of struggle, a time of loss, a time where things aren't fair. Thoughts will tell you it's never going to change. This is your lot in life. Just accept it. Don't believe those lies. God promised He will make all things beautiful. Now here's the key. Just give it some time. The scripture says the Israelites did not wait for God's plan to unfold. They missed the promised land because they got impatient, complained, thought God had forgotten about them. The mistake we make often is we get in a hurry. We don't think it's going to happen. Voices whisper, if it was going to happen, come on, man, it would have happened by now. Trust the process. All things in its time will be beautiful. Give God time to work it out. If it hasn't happened yet, then it hasn't been the right time. When God is ready, all the forces of darkness cannot stop Him. When it's your time to see beauty, promotion, vindication, it will happen. People don't determine your destiny. Bad breaks didn't cancel what God has ordained for you. Disappointments or even mistakes you've made. God has taken that all into account. How we wait is important. If we wait upset, discouraged, God, why did these people do me wrong? That's going to delay the beauty. The right way to wait is in an attitude of faith, knowing that God is on the throne, knowing that He's working all things for your good, expecting His favor.
You can never lose faith. When you don't see no way how, you have to buckle down and keep believing. God is always coming. The moment you ask God for something, he boxes it up and he ships it to you. It's going to come. He just don't tell you when. If God told you you were going to be rich in August of 2021, do you know how crazy you would talk to people? But he don't tell you when the package is going to arrive. So here's the deal. He wants you to stay in faith to receive the package, because he only delivers to Faith Street. If you step off over here to I Don't See How Boulevard, he does not ship there. He only sends the boxes to Faith Street. That's how it works, man. Let me tell y'all something. Being successful is not a magic trick. You just have to learn the principles of success. I am telling you, your education ain't got nothing to do with it. Now, when you gonna ask him for it, and are you gonna wait for it to happen? Or are you gonna lose faith? Well, I guess it wasn't the Lord's will. How you know what God's will is? It all happens at an appointed time, but you have to stay in faith for the appointed time to happen for you. You know how old I was before I got on TV? 38. It took me 28 years to get on TV, but it happened at an appointed time. I just never gave up the faith, because I know if I quit, it cannot happen. If you stay with it, you have no idea what can happen for you. What you tripping for? You can't quit, man. Somebody having it way harder than you, and they didn't give up. You're tripping, man. Get yourself together. God got a great life for you. God got a plan for you that's so out of sight. All you got to do is ask him for it and wait on it and be willing to work. Faith without works is dead. That's all you got to do. You don't need no education. How God give me this and he won't give it to you? Made mistakes? But God don't ask you for your perfection. He asks you for your consistency.
Don't allow a moment of agony to make you draw a conclusion about life prematurely. Because if you just keep on walking with God, God has a way of making everything all right. But he warns us that the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Now, the term steps implies process. It means it's going to take a while, because a blessing given too soon is not a blessing at all. I can give my son the car keys now, but had I given it to him when he was 5, it would not have been a blessing at all. He can't handle it. So would I be a good father if I gave him a good thing too soon? Sometimes my goodness is proven by my ability to say not yet.
I was maybe about 18 years ago, I bought this house, and I kept getting these insane water bills. The water bills were just insane. Like, why are these water bills so crazy? I'm a single man living in this house. Anyway, my neighbor told me I needed to dig a well. So I called this guy over to come, an engineer. He comes out, and we're walking the yard, and he's putting out all of these orange flags as to all these places he thinks that we could find water. As he's digging one, I said, okay, go ahead. So as he starts digging this one well, didn't hit anything. And I was like, wait a minute, you just dug this deep, and I still have to pay you even though you didn't hit water? He's like, that's how it goes. I'm like, okay, fine. So then he goes on to the next one. Little flag, he's digging, never hits water. He goes to the next one, never hits water, and I keep having to pay these bills, and I got so frustrated, I said, never mind, I'll just keep paying the water bill because I'm not going to do this. A few months passed, I still get these crazy water bills, so what I decided to do was call him back. So he comes back out, I said, you dig right here, this well, and you dig, and you don't stop until you hit water. So he starts digging. He gets down to about 800 feet. He said, we haven't hit water, this is pretty deep. I said, you keep going. Gets down a little deeper, still has not hit water. I'm like, you keep going, you keep going. He said, okay, we're going to take the night off. We're over 1,000 feet deep. We'll be back in the morning. That night I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm just wasting money. I'm not going to do it. As soon as he gets in the morning, I'm going to tell him to stop digging. That morning he comes out, he starts the machine. I'm on my way down to him. The machine starts. He was 4 inches away from the water that I needed. Why am I telling you all this? Why am I talking about digging for water? In this world, we're all digging wells. In our lives, we're digging wells. We're digging wells in relationships where we put all this time and effort and energy, and sometimes it doesn't give us what we need. We put all our time and effort and energy in our dreams and our business, and it doesn't give us what we need or what we were after. But if you just keep digging, My God, if you could just hear me right now, just keep digging. You may be 4 inches away from every gift and every blessing that you've ever wanted in your life. Had I given up when I was homeless, when I was sleeping in my car, when I was hungry, had I given up, these people that you see on this screen right now would not be a part of my dream. There are people who are tied into your dream and your destiny, and you are worthy of getting to your goal. Keep digging. Don't stop. And let me tell you something, like I tell everyone here, listen to me, when you get there, when you get to that water and you see it's coming and you know you have what you need, this is what I want you to always remember. Make sure that everybody you run into meets you at your worth.